Chers collègues,
Dear colleagues, you can now observe a minute of silent prayer or meditation.
veuillez vous asseoir.
Please be seated.
La séance est reprise.
The session resumes.
Chers collègues,
Dear colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, Vice President, dear colleagues, I convey my brotherly greetings and I welcome the interpreters in our midst as well as the members of the press and all of those who are here to facilitate our work. I hope that you have enough energy this morning so that we can conduct our work. The item on the order paper, let us ask the clerk to read the first item on the order paper. Mr. Clerk, you have the floor.
Good morning, Your Excellency, honorable members. Election of the Vice President of the Pan-African Parliament for the East African region.
élection
of the second Vice President representing the East Africa region. Honorable members, in accordance with Rule 16, Sub-Rule 4, of the Rules of Procedure, the Assembly should now proceed to the election of the Vice President representing the East Africa region. I invite the candidates to introduce themselves, to present their reasons for running and their program. Mr. Clark, who are the candidates?
Candidate number 1, Honorable Safia Elmi Jibril of Djibouti.
No. Mr. Clark, give us the list of the candidates who has been nominated for this election first.
Okay.
How many candidates you have?
There are 2 candidates. One is Honorable Safia Elmi Jibril of Djibouti, and 2, Honorable Charles Majak Alir of South Sudan.
Je donne la parole à...
I give the floor to Honorable Safia Elmi Jibril from Djibouti to present the reasons why she is running for the elections.
Secretary, 10 minutes.
Bonjour à
Good morning to all of you and the August Assembly. Good morning, President of the Pan-African Parliament, ladies and gentlemen.
Bon dia, buenos dias, assalamu alaikum. Permettez-moi de me...
Allow me first to introduce me to you, dear colleagues. My name is Honorable Safia Elmi Jibril from Djibouti. I'm a mother of 3 children. I've been MP since 8 February 2008, and I'm currently my 2nd term. The National Assembly in my country, and I'm a member of the Permanent Bureau as Questor in charge of finances at the National Assembly. Since March 2013, I am a proud member of the Pan-African Parliament, and I'm currently a member of the Bureau of the Committee on Health, Labour and Social Affairs as the Deputy Chair. Now, with all modesty, I can say that I have extensive experience in the area of health, where I exercised the noble profession of a midwife, and I also have a master in public health. Before I was project manager and certified in reproductive health, and also director of health in Djibouti, and was named technical advisor and Minister of Health subsequently. In addition to this, I also contributed as a volunteer to help Djiboutian women within the National Union of Djibouti Women, UNFD, one of the largest NGOs in my country, where I was in charge of coordinating all the projects and programs to promote the integration of women in the development of our country. In that capacity, I established a information center to address the issue of violence against women. Also held the chairmanship of the National Commission for the Fight Against Harmful Traditional Practices, including FGM. Subsequently, I carried out my functions within the UNFD while I was a member of parliament. As you can see, my professional experience is marked by two key aspects, health and social, and my leitmotif remains satisfying the expectations of the people who gave me my mandate, to listen to them and also to provide solutions to the various needs of our citizens in their daily lives. Still, with all modesty, I consider myself as a dynamic, serious and devoted MP, ready to become involved myself and serving for the Pan-African Parliament. During my first term, I initiated 7 draft bills, and they were all successful. The first on 20 July 2011 on the retirement regime of civil servants and military, to change the modalities of paying the pensions to those who are entitled to this. One of my greatest achievements was enable social equality, because widows were excluded from receiving the pensions of their late husbands. The draft bill, adopted 28 March 2012 and 30 September 2014, concern respectively the legal status of nurseries that can receive newborns and orphan children, and the last is also bill refers to family code. The idea is to provide legal protection to abandoned children so that they can legally be adopted in accordance with the principles of the Muslim law. My professional experience and my personal qualities, my African, as a convinced African, this all led me to run for the position of Vice President of the Pan-African Parliament, as I think I have the necessary capacities to live up to the challenges and the responsibilities that will be mine if you can entrust me with such responsibilities. In addition, given that the theme of this year of International Women's Day and African Year on Human Rights, in particular focus on women's rights, I hope that in the name of gender equality, the effective participation of women in decision-making bodies is important. And therefore, in my humble opinion, this is the right moment to elect me as a Vice President of the Pan-African Parliament, to show to the continent and to the world that the Pan-African Parliament is a trailblazing institution. Also, in line with the context of a globalized world, my candidacy is motivated by my willingness to contribute in building the integration of African states. And given my experience as a member of parliament in the legislative bodies of my countries, I can bring added value and dedicate my skills and energy to the Pan-African Parliament, which will henceforth, I am convinced, be the legislative body of the African Union. I therefore count on all of you to elect me, as you can entrust me with the responsibility to serve our Pan-African Parliament, continuously seeking lasting solutions to our specific challenges on the continent and to work for a better future for all the people in Africa. And finally, I cannot conclude by remembering our motto, One African, One Voice. I thank you, brothers and sisters, for your kind attention. Thank you very much.
Asante sana. Obrigado.
Merci beaucoup.
Thank you very much. I now invite Honorable Shalama Jack Ali from South Sudan to present his candidacy. Honorable, you have the floor.
Mr. President, honorable members of PAP, my sincere greetings to you. My name is Charles Majak Aler. I come from South Sudan as announced, and I stand here before you delighted to present myself as a candidate for second Vice President evacuated by sister country Ethiopia. Sincerely speaking, it is not me in real sense contesting. It is my country, South Sudan, a country that has emerged from a very serious war for decades, fighting to liberate itself, to be a nation among nations of the world, and particularly AU, Africa Organization. And we did manage to realize that. And so we are now a free country, excelling among the communities of the world organized in form of UN and AU. In AU, we are 54. And as a new nation, it has been a slogan of African people that South Sudan is a newborn nation to them, numbering it 54 as the last one, and expected to have Sahara soon to be 55 African countries. My objective of contesting is not ambition at all. It is the problem of being a new state, not well known, because it is inside Africa, in the middle, landlocked, and is not known to many people. They hear. And so the objective is to expose this country to the world, and particularly to Africa, with its rich potentials, which most of you know. Recently, we witnessed a divided Okay, it has come back. Recently, we were divided and fought a war which was even misinterpreted. And these are some of the reasons we would like always to be in the forums, whether that is regional or international, so that we explain exactly what is there. It was construed to be a war of tribal struggle, which was not true. It was a power struggle, and the tribes were cut across that struggle. That needs an exposure. It needs our presence at the forums to put this country to be well known and to be understood as one of the best countries that can even help the world. because the resources we have are for Africa and in the first place, before they become for the world. And there, it needs also advocacy, needs support from you African people. That is the main objective. Coming to experience, I would say I have immense experience. Given my age, I have done a lot for my country. And I will enumerate where I did some of the things to people of South Sudan and even Sudan. I have 14 years experience in civil service that made me to end up being director of finance because my field was in finance. And I have been excelling in that line with a good name and a reputation until I took to politics. In 1983, I was appointed by decree to represent university graduates in the Regional Assembly of Barghazal, where I also headed a specialized committee of economy and finance for 3 years before we were taken away by popular uprising. In the popular uprising, which was multi-party system, I became also Minister of Regional Government in Greater Barghazal because South Sudan was divided into 3 regions. And so I was there as a Minister for Health and Social Welfare. Again, we were overtaken by the current government of Khartoum, and so we were overthrown. And having been a minister, I had to be pensioned. That was the law. And so as an economist, I was one of the people who moved that we South people, let us make a bank. And I was one of the founders of that bank. And that bank came commercial. At first, the establishment took 4 years from 1992 to 1994 when it became a commercial concern entity in Khartoum. It is now a leading bank in South Sudan, a national leading bank in South Sudan. And I worked there for 4 years before I joined SPLA. Coming to the SPLA control areas, I again, as a person, established Nile Commercial Bank, which is now in Juba, flourishing as one of the national banks, second to Ivory Bank. That is the experience which I did. In 2008, I was appointed at a Unity Support Fund, a fund that was established at presidency in Khartoum. And that committee was headed by first Vice President Salva Kiir Mayardit, co-chaired by Ali Osman Tah as a co-chair. And we were the management, and one of us, my boss, was Secretary General, and I was Deputy Secretary General at the ministerial status. By 2011, I was elected to the parliament that have sent me here. In 2008, we made a national convention for our party, and I ascended up to National Liberation Council, which is the second highest body in SPLM party. So there, I have that position. And today, I'm here as a member of this Pan-Africa Parliament. and so I excel on behalf of my country to be elected to the highest office at the Beirut, so that I can also use this forum as a vehicle to reach other forums to let South Sudan be heard there. So these are some of my experiences which I have briefly told you. My social status, I'm married and I have 13 children because I have 3 wives. That is my status. So the issue here, to be honest to you, the fight is not between me and Honorable Safia, no. It is not an issue of a gender struggle, no, at all, because I respect women. You could even see that I have 3 women. It is an issue. It is an issue of South Sudan and Djibouti. Djibouti got independence a long time ago. It has ascended into all the international forums and regional. South Sudan is still a small child. So I'm saying, do not let us grow dwarf. You North-Shah says that we grow faster. And so my appeal to all honorable members and to the gender as a whole, support my candidacy. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. J'invite le secrétaire.
I now ask the clerk to read the procedure of how to elect the vice president. Mr. Clerk, you have the floor.
Honorable members will sign a register and receive 1 ballot paper representing the candidates of the region. They will then proceed to the polling booth and mark a cross in the box representing the candidate they have chosen. They will drop the ballot paper in the ballot box. The Secretariat will count the ballot papers under the observation of the representatives of the candidates and the supervision of the President of the Pan-African Parliament. The Secretary will forward the results of the election to the President of the PAP for onward transmission to the plenary. Thank you.
Oui, vous venez de suivre.
Honorable members, you have now listened to the voting procedure.
J'invite le secrétaire général.
I would like to ask the clerk to prepare the chamber for the election of the vice president.
So I can announce it. Yeah. Honorable members, you will proceed from this side. This section will be the first to come. And you come and register on this table here. Is sitting, and then proceed to the booth.
Chers collègues,
Dear colleagues, before we start the voting procedure, I would like to read the provisions of Article 16, sub-Article 11, according to which, in case of vacancy during a term of a member of the Bureau, the new person will take the term of the vacant position. That's Article 16, sub-Article 11.
Honorable Mr. President, you will lead in the vote, followed by the Bureau members. So please come and proceed.
L'appareil marche pas. Bien.
The problem.
Les opérations de vote sont...
The vote is closed, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to invite the clerk to begin counting the votes.
Inscrits 143.
143 voters. I would like to invite the two candidates and their representatives to come up to the voting station.
L'autre représentant?
Is the other representative? I haven't voted yet, Mr. President. I'm very sorry. The vote is over. There are 3 of us that have not voted yet. I'm very sorry, but the voting session is closed.
Oui, c'est clos. Le président dit que nous ne votons pas.
One, four, three.
So I'll be reading out.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 119, 120, 121, 122, 123, 124, 125, 126, 127, 128, 129, 130, 131, 132, 133, 134, 134, 135, 136, 137, 138, 139, 140, 141, 142, and 143. The numbers tally with the roll call.
143 inscrits, 143 votants. Le dépouillement, des comptes des voix.
Okay. Honorable Safia Jibril. Safia Jibril. Safia Jibril. Safia Jibril. Safia Jibril. Safia Jibril. Honorable Charles Mayak. Charles Majak Alir. Charles Majak Alir. Safia Jibril. Charles Mayak Alir. Safia Jibril. Safia Jibril. Safia Jibril. Safia Jibril. Charles Mayak Alir. Safia Jibril. Safia Jibril. Safia Jibril. Safia Jibril. Charles Mayak Alir. Safia Jibril. Charles Mayak Alir. Safia Jibril. Safia Jibril. Blank. Put aside. Safia Jibril. Safia Jibril. Safia Jibril. Safia Jibril. Safia Jibril. Charles Mayak Ali. Safia Jibril. Charles Mayak Ali. Safia Jibril. 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 Charles Mayak Ali. Safia Jibril. Safia Jibril. Safia Jibril. Safia Jibril. Charles Mayak Ali. Safia Jibril. Safia Jibril. Safia Jibril. Charles Mayak Ali. Safia Jibril. Safia Jibril. Charles Mayak Ali. Safia Jibril. 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 Charles Mayak Ali. Majak. Charles Majak Ali. Charles Majak Ali. Safia Jibril. Charles Majak Ali. Safia Jibril. Charles Majak Ali. Charles Majak Ali. Safia Jibril. Safia Jibril. Safia Jibril. Safia Jibril. Safia Jibril. Charles Majak Ali. Safia Jibril. Charles Majak Ali. Safia Jibril. Blank. Safia Jibril. Safia Jibril. Charles Majak Ali. Safia Jibril. Charles Majak Ali. Safia Jibril. Safia Jibril. Safia Jibril. Safia Jibril. Safia Jibril. Charles Majak Ali. Safia Jibril. Safia Jibril. Safia Jibril. Safia Jibril. Charles Majak Ali. Safia Jibril. Safia Jibril. Safia Jibril. Safia Jibril. Charles Majak Ali, Safia Jibril, 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 Charles Majak Ali, Charles Majak Ali, Charles Majak Ali, Safia Jibril, Safia Jibril, Safia Jibril, Safia Jibril, Charles Majak Ali, Charles Majak Ali, Safia Jibril, Safia Jibril, Safia Jibril, Safia Jibril, Safia Jibril, Charles Majak Ali, Safia Jibril, Charles Majak Ali, Safia Jibril, Charles Majak Ali, Safia Jibril, Blanc, Safia Jibril, Safia Jibril, Safia Jibril, Safia Jibril, Safia Jibril, Charles Majak Ali, Safia Jibril. The blanks, we have 1, 2, 3. For Honorable Safia Jibril, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105. Now for Honorable Charles Mayak Ali. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, and 35.
Merci, Mesdames, Messieurs.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm submitting to the Chamber the results of the vote for the Vice President of PAP representing East African region. Voters 143. Blank 3. For Charles 35 votes. For Safia 108. 5, sorry. I declare, therefore, elected in conformity with the provisions of Article 16, Sub-Article 11, Honorable Safia Elmi Jibril from Djibouti as Second Vice President representing East Africa.
Je voudrais féliciter la...
I'd like to commend the mature nature of our democracy. There has been no winner, no vanquished, only the democracy of our institution has won. And in pursuance of our rules of procedure, we will have the swearing in of Madam Safia Elmi Jibril as Second Vice President of the Parliament. I invite Honorable Safia, Vice President, to deliver her acceptance statement. In the name of Allah, I, Madame Safia Jibril, Parliament, member of the Parliament, Pan-African Parliament, hereby swear before the African people and before God to perform my functions as Vice President of the Pan-African Parliament with honor and dignity in the service of the peoples of Africa. I will serve faithfully and bear true allegiance to the African Union and will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitutive Act of the African Union and the protocol to the treaty establishing the African Economic Community relating to the Pan-African Parliament as by law established, and will promote adherence to the principles of good governance, democracy, human rights, international humanitarian law, peace, stability, and all objectives of the Pan-African Parliament. So help me God.
Merci.
Thank you. I now invite Honorable Safia, Vice President of the Pan-African Parliament, to join the podium.
J'invite l'honorable Safia, deuxième vice.
I invite Honorable Safia, Second Vice President of the Pan-African Parliament, to deliver her thanking statement.
Merci beaucoup.
Thank you very much. The second item of the order, I invite the clerk to read out the second item of the order paper today.
Mr. President, the second item is the election of the President of the Pan-African Parliament Youth Caucus.
Election of the chairperson, the Caucus on Youth.
Parce que ici c'est écrit élection.
Because here we have election of the chairperson of the Caucus on Youth. What is it about?
Election du président.
Election of the chairperson of the Caucus